Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I am your host, everybody's favorite, Zachary Thomas. Thank you so much for being here. We have a great show for you this evening. I'll be recapping the MTV Music Video Awards and the Met Gala, as well as other stuff, so stick around for that. It's going to be lots of fun. Now, folks, September is National Suicide Awareness Month, and to help do my part, I will be including the Canada Suicide Prevention Service number down below, and it will be there for the entire show. So if you know somebody who needs that number, just pass it along to them, or if you need it, please do yourself a favor and call that number. All right, now let's dive into tonight's monologue. We are only a few days away from the Canadian federal election, and candidates are hitting the trails. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was met with protesters and hecklers. There was even an incident where a heckler made a sexist comment about his wife. Yep. And Trudeau allegedly responded and said, "Don't you have a hospital to protest at?" Oh, you go, Trudeau. Yes, yes, yes. Next up, let's discuss the progressive conservative leader, Erin O'Toole. Now, O'Toole reminds me of Mike Pence. Why, Zach? Why does he remind you of Mike Pence? Because he is white. Just white. Trust me, there is no candidate whiter than Erin O'Toole. Then again, there is no candidate blacker than Justin Trudeau. It's true. Even bigger news from across the border, where it is being revealed in a new book by journalist Bob Woodward and Bob Costas that Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milli Vanilli, placed 2 phone calls to his Chinese counterpart in the waning months of Florida Man 45's presidency to secretly reassure Beijing that the United States would not attack the country, and according to a spokesperson for Milley. And it was also being reported by CNBC as well. It is also being reported that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also spoke to General Milley. Now, that conversation, it sounds like mom and dad arguing about how crazy their son is. No, he's just a little rough around the edges. Around the edges. He's crazy. Damn right he's crazy. In weird news, and by that I mean weird news that is just too weird to make my original segment. Nikki Minaj skipped the Met Gala, which I'll talk about later because, according to CNN on Monday, Minaj said in a tweet that her cousin in Trinidad, where she is from, said, quote, "Well, my friend won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles have become swollen." Nikki, is there something you're not telling us? I mean, is that something you really need to worry about? I mean, I wouldn't mind having giant testicles. I mean, you can use them as a flotation device. It's like the buoys out there. Minaj then lashed out at the media, saying that they took her tweet out of context and skipped the rest of her tweets, even when advocating to get the shot. She also went after former View co-host Meghan McCain and MSNBC's Joy Reid. Now, Nikki, no need to get testy. What makes this even more bizarre is that Tucker. Sorry, I've been holding that in ever since I knew who he was. Carlson has even taken an interest in this story. Have a look.
We haven't been able to figure out whether this show is broadcast in Trinidad, but if Nikki Minaj's cousin's friend is watching, or his former fiance is watching, we want to hear your story. We'll come to Port of Spain to see you. Let us know.
Yep, because if there's one thing this story needs, it is one more testicle. Last Saturday was the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and former Mayor Rudy Giulliani came out of his coffin at an event where he tried out some impressions. Take a look.
I don't want to sound like a name dropper, but I told this to the Queen of England. She said, you did a wonderful job on September 11, and therefore I'm making you an honorary knight, commander of the Royal something or other. I turned down a knighthood because if you took a knighthood, you had to lose your citizenship. I know Prince Andrew is very questionable now. I never went out with him. Ever. Never had a drink with him. Never was with a woman or a young girl with him. Ever.
What I love about that is, like, when he talked about Prince Andrew and he said, like, I never went out with him. If you have to say you never went out with him, you went out with him. Now, Giuliani insisted that he was not drunk while giving the speech. Yeah, and Clinton didn't get blown in the White House. Okay, yeah. Sure, we'll go with that. One more thing I love about this is the impressions. But if you really want to sell it, Rudy, this, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is how you do it. Look, we have a problem in this country, and it's called climate change. It sometimes gets too hot, and other times it gets too cold. Nowadays, I want to just lay down in my bed with the air conditioning on so I can feel like a kangaroo in its mother's pouch. Yeah. Wrong, Sanders. Wrong. Climate change is a giant hoax created by China and all the people have to do down in California, which went to me by a lot, is to rake the leaves. And in Louisiana, where they are surrounded by water, big water, they just have to take a couple of paper towels and clean it up. That's all they gotta do. And by the way, Louisiana went to me by a lot. You are the most irresponsible president in this country. Who is it who is trying to interrupt my incoherent rant? Hey everybody, is this where the sex party's at? Come in, Bill. I brought the hamburgers. I brought them for everyone. That's great. I brought the wieners. We'll be right back with more focus act right after this. And I repeat, I did not just endorse that show. We'll be right back.